Welcome back to Sunday Yoga Ritual. I'm Mandy, and I'll guide us through today's yoga sequence to help us regulate our nervous system. When we have a regulated nervous system, we move through life with more resilience and more ease. That doesn't mean that we never get thrown off, we never get activated, or we never fall into a slump. What it means is when that happens, we can bounce back, or we can find our homeostasis hum, or our regulated nervous system quite a bit easier. When we have a dysregulated nervous system, we experience all kinds of things like chronic fatigue and pain. We experience agitation and anxiety. So coming to your mat, embodying, coming into your own body in the present moment, helps you to connect your mind, your body, and your spirit in one place, helping you to sort through and balance your system. Thank you so much for being here. Find your comfortable seat. You could sit in Sukhasana or easy seat. You could lay down if you prefer. It's really your practice, so you can make this your own. I'm merely making some suggestions throughout today's practice. So if you found your comfortable seat, whether that's kneeling or crisscross or laying down, rest your hands in your lap or on your body, perhaps palms face down, and close your eyes. Closing your eyes helps you to come more internal, to notice what's present. So without changing anything, begin to notice sensations, perhaps mood or emotions that are present. And we need not judge or try to change anything, but only to notice, as if your emotions or your discomfort, your thought patterns are a friend, perhaps a younger part of yourself even. So we make the choice just to be with and not need to fix. So you have a sense of how you're feeling, what you're bringing on your mat with you. Let's begin to deepen the breath into the lower belly. Start by inhaling and expand your lower belly, then draw the breath up the spine. Expand your ribs, your chest and back body. And as you exhale, still an upward motion of the breath. You're like squeezing the air out. Use your stomach muscles to do this. Let's add the arms. That will help us get a full diaphragmatic breath. Let your fingers dangle by your side. And on your next inhale, begin to lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Look up if that's okay for your neck. And exhale, turn your palms down towards the ground and return by your side. Let's do that 3 or 4 more times at your own pace. Palms up, inhale, begin to look up. You might like to take an extra sip of air at the top of your inhale before flipping your palms down and exhaling completely. 2 more times. See if you can go a little slower, a little more subtle or intentional with your movement and your breath. Great. Now let's just notice, just after one breath practice, you might close your eyes to come more internal and just see how you're feeling now. Not expecting a big shift or change, but just to notice, did that shift anything, even just a little bit? Now we'll use a breath practice called Nadi Shodana. Nadi Shodana is alternate nasal breathing, and we'll be sealing off one side of each nostril and breathing through the opposite. You may have already done this with me, and if so, feel free to go ahead and get started. We'll be doing about 8 to 10 rounds today. So you breathe in through the right, out through the left, in through the left, out through the right. If this is your first time or you're newer to Nadi Shodana, I'll guide us through a few rounds and we can practice together. So with your hand, you can bend your index finger and your middle finger and place your thumb on your right nostril. Just above the larger opening, there's a seal here. So you're going to close the right and you'll breathe in through the left. When you reach the top of your inhale on the left side, use your pinky or your ring finger to seal off the left side and exhale completely through the right. Once you've exhaled completely, inhale through the right to the top of your inhale. Then seal the right to exhale completely through the left side. If the hand mudra is uncomfortable or confusing, you could always use hang loose or even just use your thumb and your index finger as little pinchers. Find what's comfortable for you. What's most important is that you're able to observe and to be with yourself and not be distracted by a shoulder that's getting tired. If that's the case, you might even like to use your blocks and you could rest your shoulder. Try to have them up a little bit higher so you have a straight spine. Okay, we're going to do about 5 rounds together. Hopefully catch up with the folks that have been moving through their Nadi Shodana. So seal the right when you're ready. Breathe in left. Seal left, exhale right. Inhale right. Seal the right side, exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Try to do this about 3 more times at your own pace. Once you've completed your rounds, whatever that looks like for you, you could rest your hand in your lap and just close your eyes and notice what's happening in your body. We always end on the left side. So the next time you exhale through the left, let that be your last time. Rest your hands in your lap. And once again, notice. Notice how you're feeling, the quality of your mind. You can blink your eyes open when you're ready. So I hope that short breath practice has brought some quietude to your body or some stillness. And now we'll take that feeling onto our mat and pair it with movement. So let's start in child's pose. I recommend big toes together and knees about as wide as your mat. This is going to work into the hips, which is where we're going today. But if you prefer to keep your knees together, that's totally fine. You might like to have your arms down by your side. Those taking knees apart here, walk your hands forward as you sit back into your hips. You could use a blanket or a block to rest your forehead on. And if you don't have that, stack 2 fists and rest your forehead. Walk your hands forward. Feel the temperature of your mat or the floor beneath you. You might even run your fingers alongside your mat or the texture of the floor and just notice, what does it feel like under your palms, under your fingertips? Begin to walk both hands over to the right and breathe into your left side body. Stay even in your hips, so we're not leaning over, falling over to the right to make this happen. We're steady in our place as we walk left hand forward and over to the right. Exhale completely. Hug your belly button to your spine. Then begin the journey over to the left, walking your fingertips. Perhaps reaching right arm forward and then over. Breathe into your right side body. Creating length, creating space. And walk your fingertips back to center. And let's come up to tabletop. Bring your knees under your hips and stack your arms, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Spread your fingers wide. Reaching the crown of your head forward, imagine your tailbone drawing back. We'll inhale, arch your lower back and lift your chest and chin forward as you press down into the earth to ground yourself. Exhale, arch your back up towards the ceiling, press down into the earth like you're pushing the floor away from you. And move through these spinal undulations at your own breath pace. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. 3 or 4 times. Take your time. There's no need to hurry. Hurrying will not get it done faster, believe it or not. When we hurry, we miss things. We rush, we exploit ourselves. Next time you come to neutral, pause here. Pick up your left hand, slide it under your right armpit. Come onto your left shoulder and walk your right hand forward for thread the needle. Nothing else to do here. You can shimmy or find a stretch that's comfortable enough. Perhaps notice how your breathing is in your lower belly automatically here. With each exhale, let your body get a little more relaxed, a little heavier. Please exhale completely. Then use your inhale to walk your right hand under your right shoulder and come back to tabletop. Now we'll pick up the right hand, shifting the weight into the left, and slide it under your left armpit. Come down onto your right shoulder. Walk your left hand forward. And find a spot you can rest and get a little more relaxed in. Let your body breathe you. Nothing to do here. Just rest for a moment. Let's walk the left hand under the left shoulder and come back to tabletop. From a neutral spine in tabletop, turn the right shoulder towards the right hip and the right hip towards the shoulder. We're going to make a C curve with our spine. And we'll fishtail it over to the left, reaching left shoulder and left hip together. Move through this a couple times at your own pace. If you feel inspired to add some circle movement, moving your hips around, go one direction then the other. It's a nice time to freestyle with your hips, anything that would feel good. Or stay with the C curve. Linger where you want to linger. Maybe about 20 more seconds here. Come back to your neutral spine. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes under, and press up and back with your hips or down dog. Please keep a generous bend in your knees. Begin to turn your hands towards the outer edges of your mat and draw your head between your triceps, dipping your heart down toward your mat. Then begin to straighten your knees or extend your knees to any degree that's possible today. Heels need not touch the ground. One more breath here, full body breath. Exhale completely. Inhale, look forward and step your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee to the ground. If you need some support under your knee, grab a blanket or cushion. So with your right foot between your hands, you could use your blocks here too. It can be really helpful. Inhale, and then exhale, push your hips back towards your left heel, or half splits. Inhale, come forward. Draw your knee forward of your toes and lift your chest if you'd like. Exhale, come back and push your hips back. Move through this vignette at your own pace. You can pick up your toes as you slide back and rock forward. Flex your left butt cheek as you come up. That'll create a little stretch in the left hip flexor. Our hip flexors get really tight, especially if we sit a lot. Next time you come up to your lunge, let's step the right leg back. Step left foot forward. Find your comfortable lunge here and draw your knee forward of your toes, creating some length here in the right hip flexor. Flex your right butt cheek. And then push back into half split. Draw your hips towards your right heel. Come back to any degree. You can use your blocks. Lift your chest. Move through this in your own way. If you'd like, you could draw your arms up and back down. I make the suggestions, then you listen to your body for what it wants to do. The next time you draw your hips towards your heel, let this be your last one, and come back to neutral. We'll plant our hands down to the mat and step back to down dog. Find a sturdy down dog. Pick up your right foot up towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. Use an exhale to draw knee past your nose and plant your foot behind your left wrist. You might have a 45 to 90 degree angle with your shin here. It's going to depend on your flexibility. It's going to depend on your body structure. I like to use my block or blanket under the right hip to help sturdy, and then walk your hands up to your hips to any degree. Take a big inhale. Then as you exhale, walk your hands down to your mat and come down to any level that you can. If you come down to your forearms, you want to come all the way down. It can be really helpful to have props here like blankets and blocks to rest on. Square your hips so your hips are in one line. You may need to step your left foot back a little bit or draw your right hip back. Once you find a juicy spot for yourself, let's rest here. Notice if discomfort arises or was already there. And see if you can just be with the discomfort for a few moments, not needing to change it, not needing to make it wrong, not needing to make yourself wrong. There's nothing wrong with your body or your flexibility or you. This is where you're at today. Can you release? Can you rest into your own space without needing to make it different? All right, we've been here for some time. Begin to walk your paws to your mat. Tuck your left toes under. And we're going to press back to down dog. Let's come out the way we came in. Reach your right foot up for three-legged dog. Then replace your foot to the mat. If you'd like to sway your hips from side to side or walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other, that can feel good. Find stillness. Pick up your left foot, then draw knee past your nose, plant your ankle behind your right wrist, and you might want to walk your right knee back a little bit. Support yourself with the props you need, like a block under your hip or a blanket. And if you can, bring your hands to your hips and brighten your chest for a moment. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, begin to lower your body towards the mat, towards the ground. You may be on your hands today. You may come to your forearms or all the way down onto a prop. Check in with your hips, see if they're in one line or if there's any adjustments that need to be made, like drawing the left hip back. Then soften. Get a little curious what it would be like to soften instead of become rigid or frustrated or stuck. Maybe add a smile, turning the corners of your lips upward. Our hips hold so much. They store our unprocessed emotions, our unprocessed sensations and feelings. You can begin to walk your hands up to your mat, remove your prop, and tuck your toes under to push back to down dog. So we create compression. Lift your toes up towards the ceiling and return. Let's drop our knees and come down onto our forearms. This is puppy dog. Breathe here. Yoga is a series of compression and release. That's how we get our blood flowing, our oxygen flowing. Let's come onto our backs now. Get here in any way that feels good and comfortable to you. Your knees bent and your feet as wide as your mat. You might like to rest your palms down on the earth. We'll be adding windshield wipers with typewriter arms today. We're going to start slow and we'll gradually add a little bit more movement. To begin, point your nose towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, turn your head to one side. Let's turn it to the left. Come back up through center and turn your head to the right. Move through this with your breath a few times, looking each way, keeping a stable base in your shoulders and your hips. Great. Let's pause at center and add the arms. Pick up your elbows, lift them towards the ceiling and rest one hand on each elbow. With the exhale, we'll be dropping the elbows in the opposite direction of your head. So we're going to keep the head movement and add shoulders. Reaching your elbows to the opposite direction of your nose. Let's pause at center. And this time we're going to add the windshield wipers with the hips. So we'll be lowering the knees in the opposite direction of the elbows, in the same direction of your nose. So when you're ready, see if you can find a rhythm using your exhale to release elbows and knees in opposite direction. You get off rhythm, that's okay. You can start again or perhaps lean into your own rhythm for the day. Instead of needing to match mine, get it right, or the fear of getting it wrong, what would it be like just to go with your own flow? Maybe one more time to each side. You can release your elbows. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Apanasana. Rest your hands on your knees or your shins, perhaps your thighs. With each exhale, hug your knees towards your chest. Like squeezing the last bit of toothpaste out of a tube. We use the exhale and we squeeze and guide the breath up and out. Let's do that one more time. Take a full body inhale. Inhale into your fingertips, into your toes, the top of your head. And then exhale, pour out into Savasana. You might like your blanket across your body or even across your eyes. Let your ankles splay open. Let your shoulders get heavy and relax back and down into the earth. Take a body scan today to notice any sensations or anything happening in our body that we should be aware of. After our body scan, we'll drop into silence so that our awareness, our consciousness can reorganize, rebalance our system for us. Shavasana is about integration. It's about letting your body sort it out, not needing to control or lead or need to figure it out. So let your next exhale take your body a little heavier, even if it's just your hands. Bring your awareness to the top of your head, perhaps your hair. And slowly, like water dripping down from the top, check in with your forehead, perhaps smoothing the skin of your forehead, your cheeks. Check in with your sense of smell, noticing any smells around or the absence of smell. Smoothing the skin from your nose to your ears. Notice any sounds in the room. Perhaps the sound of other people in your space, or the hum of electronics, the sound of my voice. Allow your awareness to land on one sound, even if it's fleeting, even if it's coming and going. Consider how the sound is traveling through space, through your environment to your ear, to your inner ear. See if you can soften your inner ear to allow the sound to come more fluidly to you. You're not reaching for the sound. Relaxing your earlobes. Draw your awareness to your mouth, allowing your tongue to rest at the bottom of your mouth. Maybe notice if there's any taste in your mouth. Not needing to make it good or bad, but just to notice. Perhaps the absence of taste is noticed. You can run your tongue on the front of your teeth back and forth, along the bottom teeth as well. Bring your awareness to your throat, your shoulders, and your chest. See if there's any holding that you can release, or even just allowing your body to get a little softer, a little heavier. Continuing traveling down. Notice if there's any holding or gripping in your belly, your hips, your pelvis, your buttocks. See if you can release. You might even ask your mind, ask your body to let go just for now. Travel down your legs and notice the parts of your body making contact with the earth. Sense the weight of your heels on the earth. Maybe let them get a little heavier. Release any holding in your toes. Let your whole body get heavier. If your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the present moment, your body weight on the earth. Thoughts arise and take you away for a moment. That's okay. Perhaps notice if anywhere in your body clenched or gripped or became tight. Breathe, relax, and return. Before we finalize our Shavasana, Notice any part of your body that is making contact with the air, your forehead, maybe the tops of your feet or hands. See if you can become more aware of the temperature or the feeling tone, your sense of the air touching your skin. Let's try to avoid making anything about this wrong or bad. Even if the air is a bit cool, just noticing. Imagine the body print your body has made in the earth, as if you were laying in the sand or on a cloud. Just imagine the depth that you have created and are leaving on your mat. And begin to deepen your inhale. Make micro movements like wiggling fingers and toes. The movements can begin to get bigger. I like to reach above head and give a full body stretch. When you've completed your movements, roll to one side and just pause for a moment. Let your body recalibrate. Then press yourself up to your seat and we'll sit together for a moment of mindfulness to close. And close your eyes in your seat. Just like at the beginning of practice, tune in. Notice your breath, how it is moving through your body. Notice the quality of your mind. Is it a little more able to tend to your breath? Maybe a little more focused or calm, peaceful? Notice your body. Once again, notice the air touching or kissing your skin. Turn the corners of our lips upward. Bring hands to heart center. If you'd like, you could offer a gentle bow towards your heart for practicing. I thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I hope this practice has helped you regulate your nervous system. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. This is a weekly class so that we can be more buoyant, more spirited in our week, and less drained and overwhelmed by life. Thank you.